It's cheaper than therapy.
Yep. All right. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 2 of Money, Marriage, and Magic. I am Magic.
AKA
Zach Gittler. Who are you?
I guess I'm the rest of it all. I'm Jess Gittler.
I think it'd be switched. What role would you take? Money, marriage, or magic?
I'm for sure the magic.
Yeah.
I'm for sure.
No. If we're true to like while we're doing this, I think we can both say we're both magic.
We're both pretty magical.
Yeah.
But you do the money. You're the money. He's the money.
And no, it's everything. It's both.
Well, depends on
dive deep, money, marriage, and magic.
On what angle you're looking at the money.
Yeah, but you play to your strengths. So, am I all the money?
Heck no.
There you go. Are you all the magic? No.
I'm a lot of it.
Are you all the marriage? No. So there you go.
50-50, baby.
50-50 to that.
I was looking for your hand.
We settle it on a handshake.
We settled on a handshake and a cheers.
Yes,
We're good.
On that note, you guys, welcome. Thank you for coming back after the first episode. Hope you guys like what you like. Make sure you always subscribe to what we do if you guys like it.
That's a
like what you like. I like what I like, and that's what I keep doing. What I like. As you can see, what I like.
Yeah, let's just take a second and talk about
the cookie.
Pull it down a little more. I can't see your googly eyes. There you go. All right. So in all honesty, Zach wanted to wear these in the first episode. I was like, people are going to think we're really high or we're just like wackadoodles, which we kind of are. But I was like,
it's magical.
It's magical, but let's give them a true taste of like our somewhat normalness in the first episode. So now you're getting a little bit more. I mean, you guys were filming this in our home. We're so grateful to be able to have the opportunity to do this. Like we said, we've been wanting to do this forever and ever and ever. So we were like, hey, let's these are actually onesies that we bought for a Friendsgiving 2 years ago. We pull these out a lot. They're
very
comfy,
warm.
They're cozy. They're very warm. I should probably pull this down. What is this?
Unicorn.
A kitty corn.
Kettle corn?
Like what? It's got ears and it looks like a cat.
Looks comfy. We could trade. Mine
it's
looks
the
warmer
best.
than yours.
Aria, I told her I was going to put it on, our daughter, and she was like, hey, can I put my zebra on? Because she's got a zebra one. It's like, it's a family affair around here. But anyways.
100%. But we get to wear this because we make our own world and, part of the magic of being married and money and trying to make money and business and whatever it may be is you strive for better. And we're sitting here enjoying each other and having conversation and potentially, giving you guys value who are watching and listening. And we're loving life. So why not wear a Cookie Monster onesie?
Why not be cozy in your home?
I'm already thinking about what ingredients I have in the pantry to literally make cookies after we're done here. And right now it is, I'm not going to tell you what time it is, but it's nighttime, okay?
Don't do it.
I think about those things. I'm DJing sometimes. I'm like, I'm craving cookies, and I'm going to go home at 12 o'clock. I'm going to make cookies.
Let me just tell you a little secret. This man right here, he is the midnight granola king. This guy will eat granola.
Yeah. I'm like a little squirrel. If I know that granola's in that house, in that pantry, guess what? I'm going to wait till everybody goes to sleep. I'm going to get in there and get it.
So I actually was at Trader Joe's and I was
going
to
buy
buy
it.
you. Okay. So listen.
Please.
Hear me out. Okay. Thank you. I had this moment of being like, am I doing him good or am I doing him bad?
If it's not healthy, bad.
So just don't buy it.
Don't buy it.
All right, done.
Going back to my theory? What's my theory about bad things in the house?
Don't.
Out of sight, out of mind.
But listen to me.
Same thing with a child.
Listen to me. Don't you ever shed a little tear to me.
I won't.
About how I don't get you the things.
I won't.
All right.
I won't.
Right now, pinky swear. Pinky swear.
Yeah.
Pinky swear. All right. Welcome to. Oh, he doesn't even want it. Welcome to our marriage, you guys. Welcome to our marriage.
Out of sight, out of mind. I'm a big believer in that, and going on that. This episode is going to be
welcome
about
to our marriage.
What makes a happy marriage.
Yep. Here we go. It's the
let's
perfect.
Just get into it.
I didn't even actually mean for that to happen.
But
that
that's what
just
happens.
like flowed.
Don't buy things I will eat that are bad. I mean, buy them. I'll eat them.
So what am I supposed to do? Lock them away and hide them for you? And then when you're really sad one day and having a bad day, like, baby, look what I have. Reward you with something sugary.
I'll go get it if I really want it, but then I won't get it because I won't go drive to go get it.
You don't even go to Trader Joe's. Have you ever been to Trader Joe's by yourself?
Yeah,
you haven't.
Yeah, I have. I can go in there and
in
walk through
desperation.
there. I can walk through the one in Oceanside blindfold and tell you what's on down every aisle and how it's positioned. Guaranteed.
Bull
do you want to make a bet?
Yeah.
You want to make a bet?
I do want to make a bet.
I'll do it right. I'll pause this and do it right now.
Oh. Maybe we'll have to have one of our episodes.
I can draw a full-on diagram where everything is, from where the free coffee and the snack station is. When you walk in, where the vegetables are there. To the right is where flowers are right in front of you, and then I know where everything is. Frozen aisles in the middle.
Okay.
Far left when you walk in is all the wine.
We're getting a little far off topic.
So anyway.
I know these things. Weird.
I know these things. I pay attention.
All right, baby.
So you guys, what makes a happy marriage? What do you think makes a happy marriage? I mean, there's a lot of things. I feel like every time I ask a question to anybody, you can't just ask a specific. You have to say, what's your top 5 that makes one of the top 5 that makes a happy marriage?
There's a bunch of different ways to look at this.
What's your number one thing?
Communication.
Yes.
And without a doubt. Communication. Without it, you can't have any kind of happiness.
Like, how do you know what makes someone happy unless you've communicated?
Yeah, you got to be able to communicate, like, about all things. I think communication. I think that straight up remembering to have fun and let loose are 2 really important things, because I think, like, we've been married for 11 years, and I feel like sometimes I find myself like being a stick in the mud. Like, I just suck. I'm like, where is my goofiness? Like, where is the things that I used to do when we were younger and first met, like things that I would like sporadically send you.
But that's part of growing up.
Yeah, but you can still do that.
That's why
Who's stopping anybody from doing that?
Me.
Me.
That's why I will never not be Peter Pan.
You know what I mean? So I know you
because I will never grow up.
You are my Peter Pan.
Internally, mentally, I will never grow up. Anybody that knows me or is going to be, I will never grow up. But
also think sex.
Yep, that's one of them on the list.
Yep.
You want to hear some crazy stuff?
Mm-hmm.
So historical factors. These are historical kind of like pre, during, and post marriage things that I saw.
Okay,
so
hit me.
What a healthy marriage is satisfying, stable, and sexual.
Mm-hmm.
The following factors are most predictive of a healthy marriage. A historical is growing up in an intact, functional family. Will give you it's saying it'll give you a satisfying, stable sexual marriage. What do you think about that?
You'll have a better idea of how to have one. If you grew up in that, you'll have a better chance.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. Parents were good, not perfect, marital and sexual models. That's interesting. They put sexual models.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Both parents functioned well psychologically.
Yeah.
What do you think that means?
I mean,
like just they had a good mindset. I'm gonna guess
mental health
mindset.
Yeah,
mindset's a big thing with us. When did the word become a normal use? Mindset.
I think it's always been around.
Yeah, but
it's a trendy thing right now, though.
Okay, listen to this.
Give it to me.
Pre-marriage, before you get married, here's some factors. You should be at least 21 at the time of marriage. And not be pregnant. What do you think about that? Do you think you can find love at 18 and you should get married?
Oh, wow. You want my honest answer?
And her mom and dad got married at 18. Yes, I did.
I was born on my dad's 19th birthday. My parents are both divorced twice. Which is their thing, and I'm not judging. I am not judging. But I would have to say from my personal experience that, yeah, I don't think those things are successful for...
Well, I would ask this, and I've always told you this. I always said you shouldn't get married.
That boiled my blood a little bit. That question, like I feel like kind of angry and like upset about it. It hits home. Yeah.
But I've always said, like, I don't think now I have kind of a different process.
I mean, we got married, and I was 28. Zach was 29.
Yeah.
So, or no, I wasn't even 28. I was 27, and you were 28. Sorry,
but
we were just about to turn.
I've always said, I wouldn't make any decisions marriage-wise until you're 25. I mean,
if I would have married the guy that I thought I was going to marry at 21, that would not have worked.
Yep. Just like
never would have worked.
Yeah. And
never would have worked.
I always thought you don't become like your mental doesn't kick into gear until you're 25 plus.
Now, do I think there are exceptions to the rule? Like, I do think that it can, and I've seen it. I've seen it work for people. I know
tons of people.
I know that for the big picture and for the long haul, Yeah.
But I would ask the next question is, why do you have to get married?
True.
Why?
Why can't you wait? Why can't you just,
And then depending on where your status is of what marriage is, whether you're religious, not religious, whatever. But like, why did you get married? And
how old were your parents when they got married? Do you know?
I don't even know. Not 18.
No, they were
20
a little bit older.
Something. Over the 21s, over that, I think. I mean, unless you're over legal drinking age, you shouldn't be getting married.
Canada's legal drinking age 18, is a little bit
19,
younger.
Yeah.
It's 18 in some provinces. 19
All right, so here's
others.
another one. Premarital marriage factors. Marry for positive reasons to share your life with your spouse. Marriage not driven by negative motivation such as fear or loneliness, parental or peer pressure, rescue or floundering life. So there's a lot in that, I think, saying of just like people who marry out of fear, let's say fear of like parents are pressuring, loneliness, no one else will accept me, peer pressure, all my friends are saying, hey, you're never gonna get someone better, or he's the best thing ever, you should marry him. I mean, there's a lot, rescuing.
Rescuing, I know that's a big word, I think, in my family and upbringing and stuff like that. So yeah, I get it, I understand it, but yeah.
I think if you're thinking about any of these things before you're getting married, I think, again, going back to, there's nothing wrong with being boyfriend, girlfriend, and
forever. We have some friends that are still boyfriend and girlfriend, but it just like, does it actually really, here, another topic for another time, but like, does it actually really matter?
I don't think it does.
No, me either. I mean,
have never
changed. Do you think if we wouldn't have had to got married for more of a legal reason for us, potentially at that time, maybe we never would have.
We would have done it to throw a big party.
Yeah, we love partying.
That's legit why we would have signed a piece of paper.
Yeah.
But no joke, when you know, and if you don't know, then the person's out there that you should know. I mean, it does come down.
It's really crazy. The what people need and expect and want, and what marriage apparently delivers.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's, if you're teeter-tottering again on fear, loneliness, peer pressure from other people, then I would say 100%
Call me. I'll talk to you.
You should lean towards not getting married until you get those things figured out.
Agree.
And I think it comes to a personal experiences or demons or mindset or whatever it may be that that's what you should focus on. And if that significant other is not willing to work on that with you, then it's even more. I would even go to that route. If that person is not willing to work on it, then there's people out there. Look, the reason why I always say this, I'm very strong about it, is because me and Jess have had past with previous relationships, and until I met her, after I met her, I know that the person's out there. If you haven't found them, then just keep looking. And it's literally.
It shouldn't.
I'm sorry if it's strong,
but
it's very black and white with me.
It shouldn't have to be that hard.
So
because we've been in relationships that were so.
Oh my God.
So hard, and like you were fighting for it, and you're like, why? When you find it, and you don't have to fight like that anymore. Okay, give me the next. Shoot me the next one.
Let's see. Sharing important information about self, no major secrets. Before you get married, you should have that communication.
So important.
So if you're submerged and have dug a deep hole and you buried that time box that you never wanted to open up, you need to open that up, and you need to bring that up, because if it's going to be meant to be,
oh my gosh,
then it'll be fine.
I'm thinking about that Netflix series that we're watching.
Oh, you? Yeah.
If you've killed somebody, you should tell them.
If you got teeth in your box, leave that buried. Leave that buried and go find another psycho.
Just got a little crazy there. But anyways, okay, give me the next one.
Know your partner for at least 1 year.
Ooh, we didn't do that.
We did not.
We failed.
We did not.
However.
So how are we an exception?
How do we get past that?
I think
okay. You want to know why? I'll tell you exactly why. And I could be off here, but we spent time speaking on the phone every single day for hours. Okay. There was no FaceTime. There was no, we couldn't see each other. So it was like, I always told people, and I'll never forget this. I'm like, I would talk to him, and like, you can't sit on the phone and just Like listen to each other breathe. Like when you are dating each other, you can go to a movie theater and say nothing, or you can like be in the same space and not say something, but it's comfortable. But when you're sitting there trying to get to know each other on the phone, guess what you do? You ask questions. And if you're somebody like me, you ask a lot of questions.
And what I would say, because I think a lot of people listening and watching would be like, well, I do that all the time. I did that. I love talking. But what was different is we were in different countries. So when people were like
those
we were
our
along different,
only
so
options.
that's well, I will agree, because at first I'm like, well, we've all done that. We've all had multiple nights of conversations when you meet someone.
But that was our whole like 8 months.
Yeah, because we were long distance, we could not see each other. So when we did, we spent a month together. Which everybody can't do that in certain situations. But when you can do that and you live down the road or within the same city, you can do that to a certain extent. So I think that's what built us closer in that realm, is because we got to do that without seeing each other. And then we got to see each other.
But like it was very like lots of questions and learning and like quick learning. You know what I mean? Because it was like if we were going to sit there on the phone and talk every single night, we had to find things to talk about. It wasn't like, well, what TV show are you watching? Well, what are you watching? Okay, well, let's watch.
I think we cut through the bullshit.
We cut through the bullshit fast.
think we met at the right time we're in
our late 20s.
We had bullshit relationships that we've like everybody's been through. Before you meet the one, you go through the relationship. From what my experience is, the making it work 4 times with the right person. It's going to happen this time. It's going back to like, why didn't anybody call you after I met, being like, you should not do this, because they've been through it with friends and family, being with you, seeing what you've gone through, and knowing that with me and vice versa, it's like, that's not happening or going to happen. Sure. So that's another like, thing that we never even paid attention to, of like, oh man, that's going to be right in that way. But yeah. That's all right. So 8 essential items of a healthy marriage. Ooh, okay, there's 8. I'm curious what you would. Well, number 1, communication is number 1. So number 1's already going to happen. Yeah. So what would you pick out of these being number 2 as the 8 essential items of a healthy marriage? So love and commitment, sexual faithfulness, humility, patience, forgiveness, honesty and trust, and selflessness. I only know what 3 of those mean.
Whew. Okay. Can I have them again?
Yeah, I know, right? It's too much for me.
Okay, so commitments are
love and commitment. Yeah. Sexual faithfulness, humility, patience, forgiveness, time, honesty and trust, and selflessness.
Ooh, sexual faithfulness.
Okay, that's number 2.
There's for me, I'm gonna this.
Oh, I know.
And I'm gonna be clear with you all right now. I've got no, there's no forgiveness. If you're unfaithful, you're gone. Done.
What would be your 3rd? And that's all I want to know. So humility, what do they mean by humility? Meaning like I can just be myself and like, I don't care what you think, and
having like for other people, other humans, like just having compassion. Yes. Give me more.
Communication, number 1. Selflessness. I think selflessness is a big one.
I do.
I think that's, as time goes on and working.
I think we both do it, but we don't know we're doing it.
No, we do. Like, and yeah, we know. Mm-hmm. I believe we know. Mm-hmm. Like when.
So what do you think is? What do you think 1, 2, 3 is?
I honestly, out of the 8, even if you gave me the top 25 and the top 100 list, I wouldn't care about. If it was a top 25 list, I wouldn't care about 24 of them. I would only care about number 1, and it's communication.
Well, if you have communication, everything else will work out.
Everything. So
like you don't have to worry about somebody cheating on you or, all that kind of nonsense, so next time you're communicating.
Next time
so that doesn't happen.
Next time you have a conversation, you have a headbutting.
Okay. So give me one other one that you think might be like, okay, we got communication. We know like we have communication. It's top, it's key, it's king. It'll take
okay, what do you think about patience and forgiveness?
I think that patience is probably more than forgiveness personally.
I think they could be split up into their own.
If you're patient, then you won't have to forgive as much as you should,
Agree. Yeah.
If you can just be patient, like I'm quick to snap. I'll be the first person to tell you that I can snap and I can get very heated and very aggressive in my conversation. You will probably, unfortunately, experience it along the way in our path through this podcast. But we want to be really real with you guys without making you cringe and want to run away from us. So I've had to learn how to have patience, or if I can't have them, have the communication to be like, listen, like I am really upset right now. And I just need you to listen to me because I'm trying to tell you this, but I don't want to come across as I am like losing it on you. And I think you've experienced that, right? Like am I being real? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So I'm like, realer. Am I being real here?
I can't tell you if you're being real.
I think that like, yeah, of course, communication and then the patience and learning how to step back, take a deep breath, you know, and just
I would say down. Communication and patience would probably be number 2.
You're really patient.
And it takes a lot of work. I'm saying to get to whatever place you need to be at to become patient. Mm-hmm. But I am a big believer in there's no rush in anything, and a deep breath can make the world of a difference. This
is a blessing and a curse of Zach Gittler, you guys. Like literally, ask my daughter, ask me. Like
I teach
sometimes I wish you could have a little bit more rush in you when I want you to have the rush.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
But I take you for exactly who you are, and God, I love you.
That's who I am. But I would say
better
patience
than therapy.
is
Better than therapy. I didn't say that to him today. I'm only saying that to him today because we're having this conversation.
Patience is number 2.
Got it.
And that's, I think,
patience.
Selflessness is kind of.
Yeah, you have to be able to make. Like, maybe I don't know the true definition of selflessness.
It's just like, you know, if you want to do something and you're like, I want to do it my way, you're like, whatever, I'll let them do them that way.
Yeah. Can you Google the definition of selflessness? Because I feel like I might have this misconstrued, like, kind of.
Concern more with the needs and wishes of others.
But that's tough too, right? Because, like, as a mom, I feel I think this is
selflessness okay, with
so
Aria.
This is why I wanted a definition on it. Yeah. And I don't want to sound like a dick right now, but like, I feel like I'm selfless all day long with everybody, with you, with her, with the freaking cats, with the guy who's coming to paint the house, with everybody. Like that's me. I'm Miss, like, welcome. I'm selfless. Like, I'm going to say the word too much now. It's going to sound weird to me, but yeah, I don't know if I agree on that one. What other words are there?
No, I
don't think men, without pissing anybody off right now, I don't know that men are the most selfless ever.
Yeah, or maybe not.
Or maybe they just need to be a little bit more. Mm-hmm. Oh God, I'm probably ruffling feathers. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm not here to actually say sorry, but I
It's who you are. You don't need to apologize. What have I always told you since the day I met you?
I know.
Don't apologize.
I think women can be like. There's a different gene in our blood that makes us a little bit more selfless. And you are, and I appreciate that. And I'm not digging in on you here hard. Please don't think that. But that's a tough word.
It's just it's a tough one in general. I think.
But I do think it's crucial to a marriage. Yes.
I think as like there's stages of a relationship. You know, like whether it be girlfriend or marriage, whatever it may be. It's like once you get to the whatever stage you want to call it, to where it's like, you know, now you're coasting, now you're building a life. Once you get past everything, you're like, hey, now, you know, things are real, and you have to become selfless.
Well, you do, and I think you become a parent. You know, that happens. Like you learn to not just be about you and be about somebody else. You know what I mean? But I think the reason why, and I'm not trying to say that women are better than men at this, because I know there are a lot of men out there who are strong in that suit. But I think, like, as a woman, when you grow a child in your womb and you have to instantly, like, it's about that child. It's not about you anymore. Men never really necessarily quite experience that.
Oh, so. I agree. I mean,
I'm not trying to dig hard on this, but whew.
No, when it comes to kids, that's a whole other world. We'll save it for a whole other episode.
Yeah.
Kids and marriage. You want to talk to us about that? Huh?
Don't even go there.
We got our views. I'm just kidding. All right. What about post-marriage factors, meaning after you're married? So think of this.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
A marital bond of respect, trust, and intimacy grows stronger and more resilient in the first 2 years of marriage.
Maybe that is like, okay, I hear that. However, I feel like it depends how long you were together before that. Like, there's a lot of other factors.
Yeah, I would say depending on your lifestyle at that time, because ours
That's
in the first 2 years,
weird question.
Ours was very just kind of could do whatever we wanted. You know, I was DJing and
we traveled.
I worked on the weekends and Jess worked in the restaurant, so it was very frugal in that way. And we saved our money very well, and we just knew that life experiences and all that stuff was more important. So that's what we did. We had life experiences. So I don't think that factors into our marriage. I think that factored in if you were to say like maybe 5 years in, you know, when we started kind of adulting.
Well, that's the thing. We weren't like, a lot of people are together a lot more before they actually get married.
True.
So I think for us, that just doesn't apply.
We legit had honeymoon status for the first 2 years. You know, that's what I would say. All right. What about this? Wait at least 2 years before the birth of your first child.
Why did I just find a turkey? A turkey sticker.
Think about, where was it?
Oh,
where was
it? On the back of the hood. This has not been
Friendsgiving.
Since Thanksgiving.
Friendsgiving?
Oh, wow.
It was our kid.
Sorry.
So on that
side
child side note, should someone wait at least 2 years before the birth of their first child?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Is there a
timeline?
frame
The
to put on
perfect
there?
timeline.
So what would you say? What would you retract that, reiterate it?
I would say like go explore, enjoy, be above the two of you. Like just go,
so
travel the world, do the things you could do that you can't do with a child.
So now re-say that, but you're 37. Now say the same thing, like, oh no, go, and they're thinking about having kids because the woman factor kicks in.
Just do it faster. I don't know.
Make the child on vacation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like women have it differently.
Well, okay, here's the thing. So maybe if you're 37, you've met the man of your dreams and you're in it and you're like, I need to have a baby. I want to have a baby right now. Like, let's go. Like I need to. Like, it's not going to get any easier. And okay, I get that. I'm trying to wrap my brain around it. I was 34 when I had Aria. I am going to date myself right now.
You're 34?
I'm 39. Yeah, I'm 39.
Oh, yeah,
I'm 39 now. Would I have another child now? No.
Would you have one a year after?
150%? No.
All right. Okay. I got one. Okay.
Give it to me.
What makes a happy marriage? Post after you're married.
Okay.
Wait at least 2 years before having your first child.
I have mixed reviews. I have such mixed reviews. Okay. So, yes, I think depending on where you're at in your life before you were at that age.
True, because we just met and got married.
Yeah, like we were 28. Like we had lots of time to like play around and travel and live life and do us together. But if I was pushing closer to that age, I think I would be like, well,
we didn't have the 4 years prior relationship either.
Yeah.
And I think that's a huge factor of like, if you have that, I mean, look, if you're with someone for a year, move in with them the second year, the third year, you're married.
Yeah.
Like you're married.
You should know each other.
I mean, you're married.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
I would agree. You're not combining finances, but who does?
What if you didn't spend as much time as we did together? Then it's different. You know, we were kind of a different breed. Like I moved to the States. I wasn't working. We spent 24/7 together for a really, really, really long time. Like a lot of people don't, that's not reality.
Yeah, true. I mean, like we did it.
So you have to think about it a little bit differently, I think.
We did it in bulk, but then if you think about our past relationships too, it's like, I do feel that now going forward, anybody I do meet and know, if they're a year in and they're like, yeah, we're going to move in. I'm like, oh, you guys are getting married. What do you mean? No, we're not. I'm like, yeah, you are. Because actions speak louder than words.
So what are you going to do when our daughter one day, what if she's like, yeah.
I'm moving in with Jerry.
Could you imagine?
With Geronimo.
And like, I'm doing this.
Hey, what's going to be Aria's first boyfriend's name?
Oh, no. I'm not ready for that. No, don't do that. No, give me the next question.
Gosh.
I'm not ready for that. She's 5.
Okay. What makes a happy marriage post after you're married? Developed a comfortable, functional couple sexual style with integrates intimacy, pleasuring, and eroticism.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Zach bought me something called Tracy's dog. It's not actually Tracy's dog.
Why do they call it that?
Her name might have been Tracy, and she didn't know what else to name it.
Dog.
So they called it Tracy's dog. I don't know.
Maybe we'll have a whole other episode.
It's obedient. It loves her. If you know, you know. If
I didn't know.
Don't know, Google it on
girls.
Amazon. The reviews are insane.
Yeah,
and
true.
that is how you know you have a good husband, is when other women are talking about it and you show up at home from your vacation and it's at your doorstep and you open it and you're like, how did this get here? And then you open the box from Amazon, you look at your husband, he's like,
what is this?
But yeah, intimacy.
It has to. I mean, it's like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I would think. If not, then...
If somebody ain't getting it here, they're getting it somewhere else.
Then move on. Okay, here's my favorite. Post-marriage, what makes a happy marriage? Accept that approximately 30% of problems are resolvable.
Okay.
50 to 60 are modifiable.
Okay.
And that 10 to 20 need to be accepted and coped with, that it is what it is with that person.
Yeah, I do. I think I agree with that. Like, yeah. What do you think?
I think it's spot on. But I think there could be like a sub menu after the fact saying the 10 to 20 the 10 to 20% that you need to accept, meaning like what? For example, like, look, your someone does never clean up. He never does his laundry. I think over time, if communication is key, going back to like what we said, our number one is, I think that could be brought up to like, if it's 10% never going to happen, it could be like 2% never going to happen.
Sure.
I think this is all heavily, it could be modifiable. They could go into the modifiable category, but it takes work and time. Like everybody I think a lot of people think when they get married, it's done. Promised land has been met. I met the right person. It's golden. Let's move on with our life and fly on clouds. But
on clouds.
I even saying that, I think 5-10 years ago it was like, I think more people are realizing it is not like that. But are they doing anything about it or just whining about it? Like, are they taking things into consideration about what we talk about, like here, of just like little things you can do, all over the place. And we do believe that like little things are the key component of everything you do, even if it's not even recognized. It will be underlyingly down the road.
Sure. So I have an idea. I think maybe you and I let's give a takeaway. Like, let's give everybody them.
Your 10 little things, my 10 little things?
No, like my 5 little things that I think are the most crucial things to creating a happy marriage, and your 5 things that you think are most crucial to a happy marriage, or what works for us. I mean, obviously this isn't going to work for everybody. I get that. But like the things that work for us, the things that like sustain us, the things that like give us the day-to-day, the things, or even just one tiny little thing. Like, okay, per example, let me start. Zach will write me little letters. It's not all the time. It's every now and again. I haven't seen one in a long time, by the way.
There's one by the toilet.
Well, I save them. That's an old one. But he'll like come home from like working late at night and he'll take Post-its, and like when I get up, I'm always the first person up, and I'll brush my teeth, and there'll be a little note that says like, you're beautiful and I love you, and or something like that. You know what I mean? Those little things help make a happy marriage, in my opinion. I thrive off those things. Those things fuel me. They ignite my fire, and they make me beyond happy. And I'll tell you what, I've kept every single one of them.
That costs nothing. And going back to like, everybody out there has things on their mind at certain moments of like, oh, I really want to do that. But you don't end up doing it because of laziness or just like, whatever, but just go do it. I mean, like it's a very minimal thing. I mean, as she's talking about, it's a Post-it note. It's a Post-it note.
Give me your first one for happy marriage.
What do you mean? Communication.
Duh. We've been talking.
But that's what I mean. But that's what I mean. It's like asking me like, what else is the secret sauce? It's literally focused on that.
One. Okay. So my second little tidbit for a happy marriage would be to fight. You have to like, I'm not talking about duke it out. I'm not talking about saying mean things to each other.
With or without clothes on? And mud.
Oh my God. Should get weird.
People are going to think like, what are they doing?
Yeah, exactly. I am talking about like speaking your words. If you've got to raise your voice, but make sure that you're not saying things hurtfully, like in spite. But actually, like, there is nothing wrong with expressing how angry you can be. There's nothing wrong with that. I think that is key to a happy marriage as well.
Yeah. I mean, if you can't say what you want to say to the person you're with, even if it's going to butt heads at that moment.
You don't get to keep reiterating what I'm saying. You have to say.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying it a different. I'm not taking your shine. I mean, like, I agree. It's just, if you're not able to do that, I just always keep coming back, because this is money, marriage, magic, and this is what we're, talking about marriage. It's like, not saying, you shouldn't be with that person, whatever it may be. My goal I think for this is to make people realize that the right person is out there.
Absolutely.
And
there's no question in my mind. And I always knew it in my life, but I never was like, yeah, I know. But like way back there somewhere, I was like, there's got to be like.
And the person that people are with right now, not saying that that's not the right person. If you're thinking that, it's just everything takes work. These things don't just win and get it and give it to you and that's it. Like, you have to work, but you have to want to work at it too. Like, there's a reason why people are happy when they have a job that they like, because like, I love my job. I love the DJ. People ask me every day, like, you gonna keep DJing? I'm like, I love my job.
Okay, what's your next one?
My next what?
Happy marriage.
Give space when needed.
Ooh.
Like, especially when you have children. I think a big part of that is knowing when you're significant other. Is there another word for that? It's too long of a word for me to say. Significant other.
S-O.
Your wifey.
You just call them an
your
S-O.
hubby. Your wifey, your hubby.
S-O.
I mean,
we'll just abbreviate that for you. S-O.
That's knowing your person, and I think giving them space is important. So if you feel like someone might need something, like, give them space, like, and then you can double down and give them more. Like, hey, go grocery shopping by yourself.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean? Like, I know that,
Okay.
Like,
my next one is new experiences together. Whether that's, I don't want to get too crazy into this, but like traveling or, going and doing golfing if you've never golfed, or going on a hike if you've never hiked, or something like that. New experiences together help create a happy marriage.
And I would say, if you're the one in the relationship that wants to do the new experience, I would say
you might have to ignite it.
I would say be selflessness or selfless, and find out exactly what they want to do first. And do what they want to do.
Don't do what you want to do.
Rather than be like, hey, I want to do this. Come do it with me. I think you're asking for a bomb to go off of just like not fun. You're just disappointment.
Yeah.
I would always say sacrifice in the first run to, gain for the long haul. Always. If you're going that route.
Only speak when you're spoken to. Just kidding.
I'm like, hey, did I just shrink in the camera?
Totally kidding. I'm totally kidding. He was not even listening. That's why I said that. He's like,
I was listening.
You were like glazing up, looking somewhere else.
No.
Anyways,
guys, I agree with that.
There are just
sometimes you just want to be a sponge, and you don't need to be a backboard.
So many things I feel like that you can take the time, look at each other, and if you're like stumped and you're like, how do I, like, what are the keys to happy marriage? I don't have the keys, but I have little tiny pieces of things that can get you those keys. You know what I mean? And then you got to find your key. You got to find your own key to happiness, I feel like.
Yeah, we have what we can offer always, just from our experiences. That's it. That's all we have, our views on everything. And, if you like what you like, then continue to listen and continue to ask questions and be involved.
Hit us up. Like, you can hit us up. Here we have social media platforms that you can follow us on Instagram, on Facebook. You can follow us all over the place. We're happy to take you along on this ride if you want to be here. We'll answer any of your questions. If you have concerns or you're just like super stumped, we are no professionals, like I said earlier, but we're super happy to be here. This is an incredible space to get to be in, and we feel lucky. We feel real blessed, and we thank you guys for listening. It's cheaper than therapy.
Yep.